Hold on a minute. Hello and welcome everybody. Let's welcome in Sampy, Eileen Sanford, 922 Crappie, Johnny Small Pepper. Then again, you got Abbott in chat too, so. Freedom Redbird, welcome in. River Rats 3030, still in you. Tonight we will have Florida Flash as a guest tonight. We'll get to know him and we'll get to find out why he's so interested in helping out with this trash bag challenge. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey, I'm Florida Flash, Eric Pearson. Been a avid, I've been a fish. I like to fish, hunt, anything outdoors, and one of my passions is protecting our waterways. Lived on a lake here in Indiana most of my life. It's a lake that went from 8-foot visibility all the time to about 10 inches right now, and a lot of it's from runoff. Lots of trash and stuff coming in from drainage ditches and stuff like that. So I just want to kind of do my part to help keep our rivers and waters clean for our future generations. You get grandkids, and I'm telling you what, that really, really opens your eyes and your perspective on life and just how bad things can get. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Give us a little bit of a background on you.
Background.
Yeah, a little bit of what got you into YouTube? What got you into what you're doing?
Actually, got into YouTube was just the lake I lived on. It was real hard to fish, especially once it got dirty and nasty. And me and one of my buddies, we go out fishing a lot. And he was always posting on our little Facebook page for our association the stuff we were catching. People just couldn't believe it. So then they started, had a couple neighbors that would ask. I'd tell them what to use, where to fish, and explain it to them. I even gave them lures, and they still just weren't catching fish. So she asked me if I could just make a video, and I had no clue how to do it. She told me how to do a YouTube video, and one day I just got the heck with it. I made a little YouTube channel and just kind of do it for fun and do stuff that can be informative to people as well as entertaining.
Now, at what point did you learn of this trash bag challenge?
Oh man, I guess it's been over a year ago. Actually saw one of your lives and you were talking about it and I was intrigued. So I believe I reached out to you about it. You explained a little bit about what was going on. I just thought it was a great thing to do because it's something that anybody can do. Our kids, our grandkids. I take my grandkids out now, and they see trash and they fight over. Their twins, about 5 years old. They will fight to and run to go grab that trash to pick up that trash. So it's something that's so easy to do, and trash is senseless. I mean, it's not all our fault. It's not just people throwing it into the rivers and stuff. It blows out of back of people's vehicles, out of trash, uh, people's trucks as they're picking up the trash, and so I've always gone into the rivers. We fish a lot in the Maumee area. We'd go do the walleye run when I was in my early 20s, and I would always bring trash out. And my whole philosophy, I'd tell my buddies, let's bring out more trash than we take in. And we actually brought like a trash bag of trash out. So that kind of brought up that memory when I heard you talking about that of us bringing out a trash bag. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, if you could get something like this started where you can get numbers of people coming out and just picking just one bag up here and there, or uh, like you got this challenge going on, if it could catch on, just think how much cleaner our rivers, our national parks, our forests, nature could be if we would just try a little bit. Um, I mean, I have no problem. My wife actually yelled at me because I was picking up cigarette butts, and I had to stop doing that before you go to a restaurant or something. But just keeping stuff cleaned up. America's a beautiful place. We've traveled around the country through a lot of the national forests and stuff, and just the amount of trash that was. I didn't realize how much trash there was until you started bringing up your trash bag challenge, and it had me focus even more on the amounts of trash that's out there, and to see how people just walk by it, just haphazardly, like it's no big deal, like people don't care. So I just think if we could, like what you're doing is amazing to get people. It's basically making people aware of the filth and the trash, the stuff that's in the waters. And I know you have a passion to keep stuff cleaned up, and you've gone and elaborate even more upon, you starting off with the trash bag challenge, but there's more that can be done there to clean up our waterways.
Oh yeah.
So that's really just piqued my interest there, and I just thought it's just such a simple, great way to involve families and just anybody and everybody that's out in nature.
Yeah, I remember when you first came on the scene and offered prizes. Alicia had won the first year you'd done it. And the second year, Angelina, she went to town with videos on her channel and trash bag challenges because she wasn't taking shopping bags. She was taking these heavy duty construction bags and filling them full. Sometimes 2 of them or 3 of them at a time. And she'd weigh them up. She'd end up with, at the end of a month, in 1 year, she ended up with 975 pounds.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Of trash.
Amazing.
And she's going into some places that she shouldn't have won alone, but she's picking up trash, and I tell you what, she's diehard, and she's going to town on it.
Yeah.
And now this year, huh?
Oh no, go ahead. And
this year, I told her about it, and she goes, "No, this is going to be worth it." Even though she walked away with a good chunk of change on that trash bag challenge.
Yeah, and I think when you have more prizes and different things, it does
right
different interest. Hopefully, it'll catch on to where it's not about winning a prize or any kind of recognition. It's just about picking up that trash.
I'd like to get this trash bag challenge shared out to get more people interested in doing it, but the prizes are just a way of saying thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a little bit of an initiative to get people into doing it so they can help show the Corps of Engineers, DNR, the biologists, and people that have to go behind us and clean it up, that there are some people that still care. So that's my whole game plan. Plus, I wanted not to go just from one little section of the state. I wanted to go city to city. Yeah, 922, the partiers are the worst. They do throw their bottles in the trash on the banks and in the lakes, and they don't care. They just leave it. But it's not for us to place judgment or the blame. We're just trying to get educate people, inform people of what we would like to see done, and try to be someone that can be an example. Does that sound right? Lead by example, and to get more people interested in picking up and doing it, like you're doing. Flash, you got all your friends, you got your kids into doing it, and they're just making the game out of it. Who's going to get go there and get that trash and get it picked up?
Yeah, it's funny. We actually had a 30-year class reunion a couple of weeks ago, and we kayak and canoe. There's a little trading post that you can rent kayaks and stuff, and it's about a 4.5 mile canoe trip. And as we were going down there, I saw a bottle stuck up along the shoreline floating there. So here I am busting through the limbs to go in there and grab that bottle, and some of the guys are, "What the heck are you doing?" And I told them, "It's some asshole threw a bunch of trash out here. I'm picking it up." And pardon my French. And next thing you know, every time there was some piece of trash floating, somebody was over there hurrying up trying to get that, coming back to get stuff, and yelling at people that were throwing their water bottles up on the shoreline. So it was kind of neat to see that they caught on just like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty adamant about the amount of trash we were finding in there, and we picked up a beer bottle that was from it was a beer can actually that had the old pull-off tabs from the 80s in there that was still floating around.
Right.
So, it's going to resurface, and yeah, it was kind of interesting to see that these guys, even though half of them are about half in the bag, were still trying to grab trash out of the water.
What got you into doing the first trash bag video that you've done?
I think that was the one that was in one of the national forests.
Right, that was your first one you did in the national forest.
Well, me and my wife, we were just kind of talking about it, and the day before, and we got in this beautiful park, and right in the parking lot, I looked over, and literally 40 yards, there's a big old dumpster right there, and people threw their trash out right out in the parking lot. And then I looked up, and I looked down the road there along where the sidewalk was where you can walk, and I saw all this trash that was there, and I just kept watching people go by. So there was probably 50, 60 people that were out in that area, so I decided to hell with it. I was going to make a video right there. My wife was doing some video recording of elk and different things, so she thought it was a great idea, so we decided to do it right there in the park, had people watching this and everything. And unfortunately, I did grab I believe it was a bottle or something that had someone's chew spit that got all over my hand, but still worth it to throw it in the trash. But yeah, that's what it was. It just made me angry that there was so much trash in our national forest. It's so beautiful, and nobody's doing anything about it. They're just walking by it, and that kind of inspired that one.
Everybody in chat, Florida Flash's link is pinned to the top of the chat to his YouTube channel. So if you'd like to go over there and show him some love and watch a couple of his videos, feel free to do so. And he's set, I think, at 300 something. So let's see if we can get him growing. And then you turned around and did another video. Where was that one taking place at?
That was actually a little right here in LaGrange, Indiana. There's a little, it's called Rainbow Pit. They have a hatchery up the road, and I hadn't been fishing at this little Rainbow Pit in years. It's just like a little, it's a gravel pit they dug out, and there's some wetland areas back in behind it. And I was just out doing a little smallmouth fishing from the bank, and I pulled up in there to do some fishing, and lo and behold, I just saw a guy pull out of there, and there was trash all over the ground. It's a beautiful little area. I think I actually stuck the camera down in the water to show how clear it was, and there's little bluegill or sunfish or something spawning right there. And again, just the trash that was in that spot when I was a kid that I love to go to. And it's a great spot. It's for this little spot there. The DNR actually puts on a fishing day, and they stock this little pond with a bunch of trout for kids to go in on a kids' day. And then I think that was actually just a week or so before that. There was that trash and stuff laying around, so that inspired me to make one right then too.
That's amazing. Then
I'd have made more, but if I've been so busy, we've been working 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day, and I haven't made a video. And I think I did my wife's little she shed the other day, which got me in a little hot water there because she was going to do it. So, yeah, she's only got 2 videos.
You took her thunder away, huh?
Yeah, I did.
No, you are also a contractor, right?
Yeah, 27 years. I've been a general contractor, and I do for the last 16 years. I've been doing fire, water, mold remediation, and storm damage. We have a business that we do that with. That keeps us very busy, especially right now. We had a tornado that went through our little town here, so we're in the midst of building a house, and we had 3 homes that had trees that fall on them. One is pretty much total loss, about $200,000 in damage. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Now, this year you reached out to me and you came up with a first place prize for the challenge.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea for that one?
Well, we had talked before about how it'd be nice to get people to engage more, and that we needed some better prizes to get people enhanced and to say thank you. So I've also been a landlord for years. We had a couple apartment complexes, and we sold them off. And I had had a house in Florida, a double wide. We had sold that and found a little property at Crystal River, and started to build a home over a year ago, which just finally got finished. It's really hard to build in Florida.
Right.
But so it was when we started to build this house, we were going to build it. And my wife had the intention that this was going to be our forever home. But my grandkids and everything are up here. So I knew there was no way in heck she's going to move down there full time away from her babies. So we also thought, if the kids come, you really don't want them staying in the house if they come to visit, and friends and family, because I guess they're like fish. After 3 to 4 days, they start stinking. You want your privacy again. Well, they told us that you could build a mother-in-law suite. So we decided to build a 1-bedroom home and then a mother-in-law suite. And since we wouldn't use it full time, to make it into like a Airbnb, or even if we don't do, my wife, she's not even sure how she wants to do that, like a vacation place for people to come and rent. So I talked to her about it, and I said, I know this is kind of her thing. She does all the pretty stuff, and she's the one that would make beds, and she's very accommodating. We've done vacation rentals over the years, and I told her what I'd like to do was give like 3 nights stay and 2 days to go fishing, or if you a day to go fishing, if people would want to go and visit the town, because Crystal River is the manatee capital down there. We had over 4,000 manatees in the river at one point in time last winter. So thought that would be a great prize for a first place prize. And then we also decided that with our businesses, we've been fortunate this year. Last couple of years, we've had really good years. We've worked really hard, and we decided that we were going to donate money out of each one of those businesses. And I can let you, whenever you decide how you're going to do that, disclose the amounts. But we are also hoping that by doing that some other business owners could catch on and want to donate, so that they could be prizes for the first place. And I think we had discussed maybe even doing a drawing where everybody that enters a video picking up trash could have the opportunity to win something. But yeah, right. We're planning on donating a couple of really nice cash prizes as well, and we'll let you figure out how you want to do that.
I'm trying to get some people to help me to get this out there, get people interested, and getting people wanting to be a part of this. On my community tab, I have a post where people can go sign up for this trash bag challenge. And looky there, we got last year's winner in chat, Turtle Lady Angelina. I mean, she went to town last year on that trash, but like we were saying, I do have a community post on my community tab for the trash bag challenge. Anybody that's interested and wants to get in, please go put your name down on that list so we can keep track of how many people that's went in for this trash bag challenge. And it could be in September, it could be in October, but we want to get as many people as we want in on this trash bag challenge until we get. I'd like to see at least 8 to 10 people in on this, if not more. But if we can get 8 people, that'd be great. Then next year we can next challenge we can grow it and get it bigger. But I have ideas of how I'm going to do the videos and stuff if they turn them in. But I know the first and second prize and third prize is going to get something for first and second is going to get a good prize, and the rest of them is going to get something as well. I just haven't figured out how it's going to get done yet. And I want to be fair about the prizes and everything from first place. Now that's for either a single person or a double or a couple.
That could be a couple. You could have it'd be a 3-night stay, 2 days fishing, and that would be with 2 people.
But
and again, if it's somebody that doesn't want to go fishing, that's fine as well. They can come in and just tour the town of Crystal River. There's lots of different things to do. It's a really neat area. If they just want to go out, and typically we can go out about any time, see manatees out there on the water and dolphins feeding, different stuff. Just want to cruise around. If you're not a fisherman, somebody that just wants to go out and enjoy the nature, or just not even, bother with us. If you just want to have the place for your own and not be bothered by anyone, that's fine too. It's for whatever they want to do for the 3 nights, 2 days that they'd be in the area.
Yeah, I know Yak Shore. He's also trying to help us get this out there. We have Fishing with Jeb Beal. He's helping getting it out there, trying to get more people into it. And
it is an amazing place to fish.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we catch a lot of big redfish, a lot of trout. I think the last time we went out, we got some black drum and cobia. We got sheephead, mangrove snappers. Depending on time of year, when people go, you can catch the grouper. They're out there a little farther. I have a smaller boat, so we pretty much do the inshore fishing when we go fishing. But it's nice just be able to get back and travel in the mangrove areas and just see the sights as well.
Tim, I don't think manatees are edible. You can tell your friend that. He's asking if manatees are edible.
I don't think so. You're not even allowed to touch the manatees. If the manatees come up, because you can swim with the manatees there, they have, we'll take kayaks. You can just take your kayak out, and those manatees will come up. We were actually fishing the one day, not even in the water, and I thought there was a bull shark went by. I didn't see the manatee. It looked like a shark, and I turn around and look back. I'm using my trolling motor, and I see my wife back there with her hand out towards the water, holding it above the water, and then I looked and I saw a manatee pop its head up out of the water. And if she went from this side of the boat to that side of the boat, wherever she went, that manatee would follow them. So they say a lot of times you can be out there with 30, 40 people, and a manatee could swim up, and if it comes up and approaches a human, you're allowed to reach out, pet them, touch them, but to just swim up to them and to try to pet them and agitate them, that's illegal there. You definitely can't feed them anything. But if they tend to, a lot of times they say they tend to pick out certain people that they want attention from, like a dog or a cat will pick its own master. So it is pretty neat to see it like that. We've seen that several times out there watching people, and then this manatee might be following some little kid around in the water that's swimming.
Now, in case some people are wondering, tell them what kind of fishing trip this is. This guided fishing trip.
It's an inshore fishing trip. I have my boat. I usually take my boat down there. Hopefully, getting a different boat this winter when we go down. and it would be, we go out. It's going to be inshore fishing, so you're going to be fishing the grass flats, fishing into the mangroves areas, and then it's called the Salt River. So as the tide goes out, there's deeper holes in the Salt River, and that's going to hold your redfish, lots of sea trout, mackerel get in there. You'll get a shark every now and then. Not usually, black tips or something like that. Never usually any of the bigger sharks, but mostly redfish, snook. We caught some nice snook and sea trout. And then, like I said, you're fishing the ocean. You never know what you're going to catch. Catch a lot of catfish. The sail cats that have the really long dorsal fin, looks like a sail. Catch a lot of those in the river and out there in the ocean. It's not worth the crap to eat.
So, I want to thank you for that prize package and for all the gifts that you've been doing for this trash bag challenge.
Oh, my
it's
pleasure.
It's been amazing, because at first it's just been maybe a couple gift cards out of like the Ford and bragging rights, but now it's helping a lot of people out that can really use it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Catfishing Fever. Hello, Fishing Fever, Angelina. But my goal is to see this thing go nationwide. And eventually we can go worldwide. We can get them. Hey, Paul Abrams. There's a message for you.
Oh, thanks.
That pinch part was from me. But you got my name wrong.
Yeah, I actually had even spoke to I used to be the president of our lake association here for about 4.5 years, and I moved off of it. And the new president, I mentioned this to him. He's going to check it out here one of these days. But they actually they're doing a massive study right now. It's a comprehensive study to find out why the lakes are getting so dirty and everything, to try to figure out how to clean it up. But I mentioned this trash bag challenge and how that kind of piggybacks on what they're trying to do, is clean up that lake area. And I said something to him about once you get it up and running, and that they every year, at least we did when I was there, and I'm sure they still do it now, they donate a certain amount of money out of the association for charitable causes and good causes like this. And it probably wouldn't be a lot, maybe $100 or whatever, but he said they would definitely be interested, have to bring it in front of the board and get a vote on that. So it might be able to get some more money that way. And he also said once you have some videos made, that we could post them on their website and then their Facebook page. I think they have around 370 people that are on their Lake Association Facebook page, whatever you call it. And they would try to help out that way. He mentioned Twitter and stuff, but I got no clue how to do any of that stuff, or TikTok or whatever. But
I don't do TikTok, and I don't know how to do Twitter, so it'd be kind of hard for me to do it.
Yeah, me too. Well, apparently you can share videos and stuff like that on those things. My kid would know.
Now, I am recording this show on StreamYard for you, so you can take it and put it on your channel as well if you want.
Yeah.
But this, I'm happy that all this is coming to play, because I want people to be aware of it. I want people to be able to just go out there and just go for it, and just be able to do this. And everybody in chat, let's keep Kenneth Powell take down catfishing in prayers. Yes, he did get his tubes out, and he woke up. He was talking, and he even ordered ice cream in the hospital. So he is getting a little bit better, but let's keep him in prayers, because he is going through God is bringing a miracle to him. And he will be back with us here soon on live and on YouTube, doing these shows every morning. Ashley, you're doing good with the songs that you're doing for KPA. Those are really good. But now, as far as what they were saying about what is causing the pollution, would that also be from the fuels, the chemicals, and stuff like that that's coming off the land?
Yeah, it can be. That's with this comprehensive study that they do. So basically, what happens is they have water biologists that will come in, and they do several samples throughout the entire area of the lake. They address why there's no weeds growing, which is the lake is so dirty. It kind of looks like chocolate milk, just turning over all the time, even when it's a drought.
Right.
And they're saying, I haven't got the full study yet, but like you said, yes, the farmers' fields, there's a lot of stuff that comes off of the farmers' fields. There's a couple of areas where it comes in. Actually, there's 7 areas where water comes into these lakes and only 1 outlet.
Right.
And so that keeps the one lake pretty stagnant because it has to go through a channel that's kind of clogged up. But from what I'm gathering, there's 7.5 miles in Indiana. Indiana sucks when it comes to protecting the waters and the wetlands. I hate to say it, it's terrible. They actually wrote a bill. It's called E385 bill that allows contractors to come in, tear out the wetlands if they want to build hotels, golf courses, whatever. And used to be you could take out 10%. You got to reestablish 10% now. Contractors just go in, tear it out,
right,
and that's fine. But so then what they've also done was allowing farmers to drain their wetlands and drain their fields into drainage ditches. And these drainage ditches are 7.5 miles of drainage ditches just on the east sides of the lake. And those drainage ditches go underneath the road and dump into our lake.
Right.
So that's probably quite a bit of it. I'm not, like I said, not 100% sure until we actually get the study, just kind of going off of what they've
Right.
told us a little bit about. But there's ways to help with that. There's help
Right.
putting rubble stone in and stuff like that for the natural
riprap, gravels,
riprap, and redirecting drainage ditches into because it all comes out of the lake and goes into Fly Creek. That's a little creek that runs out of the lake. And as it flows through the creek, it filters itself on everything that it runs through. Natural running water. That's one way. They don't really know. It's just things like that, like you've talked about, shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be dumping pollutants and chemicals and runoff into our lakes. Of course, our gas, all that kind of stuff pollutes our lakes. How does it get fixed? That's another task right there to figure out, right?
That's where we as a community, in both the catfishing community and YouTube, and can stand up and raise our voices up, saying enough with this chemical spillage from the factories and from farmers and from golf courses that's spraying or chemicals on the grasses and just letting it run back in the waters and rivers and lakes, because that's doing a lot of contamination right there, because it's ruining our waterways, ruining the fisheries as well.
And the key is educating people. People don't know. I mean, like a lot of these bills that come through Congress in our states that allow stuff like the wetlands to get ripped out. And there's another bill going through the state of Indiana right now that's going to allow more pollutants to be actually legal to dump into the lakes. And it's unfortunately, it's all about money. Protect the contractors, protect the farmers, and the farmers. I'm not ragging on farmers. Farmers, they got to do what they got to do to make money. I mean, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. If you're organic, people, it's too expensive. Or if they're putting GMOs and pesticides on them, well, you're poisoning Americans. They do what they have to do to feed the world and to be able to make money. The government's the one that need to regulate where those chemicals go to, and not dumping it in our lakes and in our rivers. It's not the farm's fault; it's the government's fault.
Right, the government should have a place where they can have a runoff off the fields to hold that water and the chemicals, where they can put something in there to break that chemical down to where it'd be safe to go back into the water. But Jeff has a good statement right there. All the water underneath the culverts will eventually weather and destroy the structures, causing huge sinkholes too. Come on, there you go. But what we're looking to do is do like what Minnesota and I think it's Minnesota and Wisconsin, where they had like clear water up there with no chemicals in it.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I'd like to see us all step forward to. Because
a
they're
lot
real
of
strict.
a lot of the northern states are really good about protecting their waterways. Michigan does a much better job than Indiana does. Another reason we're pretty happy to be moving up into Michigan, the lake that we're moving up there by 12 feet of water, I can see all the way down to the bottom. It's crazy from going from 10 inches to 2 feet, if we're lucky in the summer, to 12 feet. It's great.
Did you imagine seeing all those fish women down there too?
You can see the fish, that's for sure. It makes fishing a little easier.
Yeah, you get a lot of runoff from roads too, as well. The salts from the roads, you get the oils, the fuels from roads, from the boat ramps, from the boat docks. A lot of that stuff. Overpasses, the railroad going over the waters. You get coal coming off the rail cars in the river.
Turn a light on here.
It's all. You went dark on us.
I know it. It's running out of light here. I'm not used to this apartment. We're in between houses, so we're staying in an apartment right now. So
I thought your wife snuck in and turned the light off on you.
No, she's actually up at her other property there. So I built her a little she shed, and because we were about a week and a half ahead of schedule. So I built this little 200 square foot she shed for, she does crafts and she's an artist and stuff. So it's drywalled with tongue and groove ceilings, you know, the flooring like you were talking about, you're putting in your room, though.
Right.
The waterproof laminate flooring and everything in there. It's got air conditioning, and this apartment doesn't have much air conditioning. So I put a hide-a-bed in there. So she's up there right now in the nice cool air and enjoying nature out there, sitting on the little deck I built for her, a sitting porch, waiting on me to get up there this evening. So we're gonna stay up. We're gonna stay up there. We got about 3 weeks left, and our house will be done, and we can get out of this.
I've seen that video of that she shed you built her.
Yeah, it's a cute little shed. Like I said, that one got me in hot water because she was gonna make her own little video, and she didn't want me putting her personal she shed on YouTube. Before I didn't think about it. I was just farting around one day, kind of wanted to have some fun. I had made a video and just kind of showing a little bit about kind of what we do there and how nice the she shed was. So yeah, I won't be doing that again. I'll wait and ask my wife before I ever do anything like that.
Martin, the people in UK can do it, but they'd have to settle for getting a prize if they win first place, because I don't know how you guys would come over to Florida for the first place grand prize of a 3-night stay in the Airbnb and a 2-day fishing trip. So that'd probably have to be a cash prize for that one. But people in the UK, hey, if people in the UK want to get in on this, so be it. That'd be more than merrier. Oh, I understand, Martin, but it's not for this is just a way of us coming back and saying thank you to help get help make awareness. Because if we can get everybody, even around the world, in on this, that'd be great. If you want to get in on this and do it, Martin, feel free. And Jeff Bill said something last night about making a spreadsheet for this, to where I can have everybody's name on it, and they can send me in their weights every week, and I can put a tally of the weights for that week under their name. And every time I do it on their name, it keep a tally of the weights that each person had. Which I thought about that, and that sounds like a good idea. And yeah, this is for the planet, Butterflies and Sunshine. And I'm wanting to get this out there. I want everybody to help me get it out there where we can really get this going.
Hey, I got a question for you. If somebody wanted to donate to your cause, and that I know people can donate to channels and so on and so forth, how would you have them go about doing that? If they just, the person that would only want to donate $10 or $5 or just anything to help.
If they wanted to donate it, they can go to my PayPal and donate it and put it in the statement that it's for the Trash Bag Challenge, and I can add it to the Trash Bag Challenge. And if they wanted to add a prize like rod, reel, or some kind of tackle, they can email me or get me on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and we can talk and see what they want to do.
I know you. I know. I last year I contacted you on one of your lives, and then we exchanged phone numbers, and I got your address and mailed the check out to you. So I just was curious if there's an easier way to go about doing that, which you just explained.
Well, if you do it through PayPal, it'll be a lot easier.
Okay. I'll have to do that with our businesses here. I'll have to send you through PayPal if that's easier for you.
Yeah, because I got my PayPal.
The check got lost, and I had to send another one out.
I never did get that one check.
Yeah, it's never showed back up here either. So it's out there in limbo, probably stuck behind somebody else's envelope that got opened and never returned. So, well, these two will be a little bigger.
Angelina has something to say. It's very kind thing Florida Flash is doing, and thank you, Ed, for promoting an awesome cause. Enjoying being a part of this when I did it. Well, Angelina, I'd love to see you get in it this year again, because I know last year when you did it, you raised that bar so high, only you could probably break that one.
Well, now she needs to double it.
I'd like to see her double it. But then again, it gives her a reason to go back and see her son back in Florida.
Yeah, there you go.
And the actuary, he says he's got this in the bag. He's got places where he can go and just pick up trash all day long.
Get started.
But like I said, anybody that wants to get in on this trash bag challenge, go over to my community page. There's a post for the trash bag challenge. In the comments, put your name and say, I'm in. And look for another live, because we won't say when we're going to do this once we get enough people in on this. We would like to get at least 8 people or more in on this, because it'd be really good to see people out there doing it, having fun, and just making other people aware of it. Because this is a good cause. It's something that we all could do. I said you could, Martin. People in the UK can get in on this. 922, be nice. You asked if people in the UK could get in on it. Yes, you can. You can get in on this trash bag challenge. This is not just for the U.S., it's for the world. It's for UK, it's for Africa, England, Japan, Russia, everywhere. If they want to get in on this, more merrier. More the merrier. Let's get everybody going on this. Not just the United States, but everywhere. Let's spread this around the world. Let's get every nation involved and let's get people in here picking up the trash and making the world beautiful again. Because that's what this is about. It's not just, huh?
I was going to say, I had remembered, last time we talked, so you'd asked me if I could get you a dollar figure about what it would cost for a 2-day fishing trip and a 3-night stay in Florida. So the average guide that charters fish down there, if you go on a full day, is going to run between $550 and $700 is the average per day, and then it's about to stay in an Airbnb is about $130 a night. So you're looking at around a $1,500 package right there.
Yeah.
So
that's a heck of a package. That makes someone a good vacation.
Yeah. And another thing my wife, we talked about too, is somebody would want to stay for an extra day or two. She would give them a discount on the price of whatever she's going to charge. If somebody wanted to stay a couple days, or there is other things to do around the area, other places to stay if they want to go down the road a little ways and see. We're about an hour from Tampa, and we are an hour and a half from going over to Orlando, Disney World area.
Because, with that kind of price, with something like this, I was blown away when you came up with the idea.
I don't know how I got my little brain to think of something like that, but I did.
I don't know how you did that one. Because that was amazing. I'm like, where'd you come up with this price?
Like I said, it's one of my passions in life is to I love to hunt and fish and enjoy nature, and one of my passions in life is to clean up and try to keep our planet in as good or better shape as it was when we were growing up. And when we were growing up in the 80s, I can remember watching TV and they turned on the news. My mom and dad would, and they'd show Los Angeles and Chicago and New York, and show how much smog was in the air. So we're doing better than we did back in those days as far as air pollution. But as far as trash in the water, I think it's getting worse. So it would be great to see more, like you said, you're looking for 8 people. It'd be nice to see 8, 900,000. The sky's the limit. I think it's just being able to, like you said, trying to promote it and get people someone that's smarter than the two of us are when it comes to promoting stuff on social media and getting this thing out there. So if there's anybody out there that knows how to use technology and could push this for Avid, because we call it a hashtag check. I don't know what the hell a hashtag tag is. So challenge. Somebody said something about a hashtag, whatever that means.
Hashtag trash bag challenge.
Oh, okay. I think that must be another social media type deal.
Yeah, it's something. It's like a click, not a clickbait, but a cliche on YouTube. That if you do certain things like hashtag this, hashtag that, it's supposed to be more of a way to where you can get something shown out there and get seen more. Is by what I understand. And I don't know. I've tried it a few times on a couple of videos and it didn't go out like it should have. So I didn't do it again.
I was thinking it was like a Twitter handle or something.
Yeah, Twitter does it. And by what I seen of Instagram, they do it. And it's, I don't know. Martin, that's our passion here too as well. Passion to stop polluting and waters and waterways and worldwide. That's exactly what we're trying to push. That's what we're trying to get. That's our goals.
Hey, I hate to cut you short here, but it's almost 9 o'clock my time, and I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I got to drive 3 hours to assess a apartment complex that had water damage. So I'm going to have to here. Thanks for having me on, and I hope everybody that you'll think about the next time you're out in the nature, picking up some trash and clean up our waterways. So I'll leave it at that. See you, everybody. Thanks, Evan.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Maurice. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing better. But just for a recap, Florida Flash is putting up a 3-night stay in an Airbnb that him and his wife own, and a 2-day in-water saltwater fishing trip. And if they decide to stay a third day, his wife is going can possibly give you a discount for the third day. And he's giving cash. He's going to be giving more donations from both of his companies in the prizes for both second, third, and other following runners up in this trash bag challenge. High size matters. So I'd like to see everybody go over to Florida Flash's channel and give him some love. Watch one of his trash bag. Hey, Desert Deb, welcome in, and go over there and show him some love, because he's been giving prizes for this trash bag challenges for the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. Yeah, and we as a community need to stand up and say something, make awareness, put flyers up. But like I was saying, we need to go over there and show support for Florida Flash. His link is pinned up in top of chat. Let's get him going and show him some love, because he's come up out of nowhere. I didn't ask him to. I never asked him to do anything for this challenge. He came to me and offered the prizes, and every year he keeps coming up with something better on prizes. Seems like every challenge he's done, he's come up with something better. No, that's Deb. That was a picture I took at work one morning. That was a picture I took at work one morning, Deb. I just put it on as a background. But if we can get this trash bag challenge out there and get a lot more people in here and on this, entered into this challenge, it's great. It's going to be a good thing, because we want this not only to go from United States, but we also want it going worldwide. Well, I do have a post on my community tab for everybody that wants to get in there. Please go over there and sign up, and let's get this going. We want to see some people get really good at this stuff, because this is going to be a good challenge. Hey, Cole Waltz. If anybody would like to come up and chat about this trash bag challenge or something, let me know and I'll post a link in chat. Could even be anything about catfishing. I know Turtle Lady won't. She's Maurice, how are you doing? Are you feeling better? Deb, if you'd like to come up, you can come up. I know Desert Deb. I've seen some of her videos and some of the places she goes out to. She does pick up trash too as well. Adrenaline Jackie, I haven't seen her around in a while, but she goes wherever she goes. She has a shopping bag. She picks up trash with her and her dogs, and I mean, she's gotten other people in on it and doing it as well, picking up trash. That's amazing. And that's just something that's wow. Okay, let her know I'm thinking of her and let her know I am doing this trash bag challenge again. See if she can help. See if you both can help us get this back out again and going. I miss watching her videos with her and her dogs out exploring and picking up all this trash because she goes to some amazing places like you do, Deb. Because people like Deb, Desert Deb, Adrenaline Jackie, and a few other people that does van life and living out of their vehicles, going everywhere. They go out and visit campgrounds and hot springs and stuff like that, and they pick up the trash that they see, and they're constantly educating people like that. All right, message me, Maurice, or text me later. But this trash bag challenge is something we need to really take a look at and take effect because we got to be on. I mean, we got to do something. We're not going to have any lakes or rivers left to fish if we don't get this trash under control. Because people are just throwing trash everywhere. But I'd like to see this thing take off. I really would. Hey, we're worse than the animals because the animals don't destroy their forests and everything like we do. We do more destruction to this earth just by trash and chemicals alone than what animals do, and they're the other ones that's suffering. But with that being said, if no one don't want to come up and chat, I would go ahead and end this early, and I will catch you guys later. When I might go live again a little bit later on tonight, and river rat, the fishing line is the worst because it gets around in fish's gills and around ducks' feet and around their neck, and they can't do anything about it. Okay, Jeff. We'll talk later. But we need to do something about this. Okay, Deb. We need to do something about this trash. That's on the lakes, the rivers, parks, and everything else. We are a community. We're out there. Oh, so have I. Wendy, thank you. Now I know what time it is. Time to teabag Wendy. Wendy's an awesome person. But we need a lot more. We need to make more people aware of this. I'd like to see a lot of people get in on this trash bag challenge. I do have a community tab and a post on the community tab where people can go over and sign up for it. And Wendy, you do a live every night, so you can help me promote this trash bag challenge if you'd like, and help me get people entered into it. Because, oh, I know you do. I mess with you all the time. Oh, that's. I mean, I go to a couple lakes and a couple rivers that have fishing line disposable units right there that you can put your fishing line right in, and right next to that's a trash can where you can put your trash in, and they still don't do it. They okay, Wendy, but we need more awareness. We need education. We need to lead by an example. But this is something that I'd like to see not even go nationwide, but worldwide. This is something that would be that's a great cause. I'd love to see people get in on this. I'd really love to see a lot of people get in on this. Hey, Redbird, welcome back. But we just reached top of the hour, and I'm going to go ahead and end this. And I will see you guys probably later on. Might pop in on Wendy's Southern Sterling Drone. And I might pop up later again tonight. You never know where you're going to find me. Bigfoot goes everywhere. Night, Johnny. And with that being said, I'd say good night, everybody. Tight lines, and have a good night.